course, a lot of people ask us, wow, you have black and white in your album. Can you do that for my wedding? You have sepia, some images that are sepia. Can you do that? So I want to make it, talk about that a little bit. And yes, we can transfer any image into black and white or sepia. That's all done in post-processing. Like I had said in other videos, we shoot what's called a raw file, which we can convert that to anything. That's raw data from the camera. So we can do all of that stuff afterwards. So we can convert photos to black and white, sepia for you, certain ones that you like or you'd want in those. But really, I mean, we could look at a photograph and say, well, this would look great in black and white. Because some photos just have that quality that it looks like, wow, if this was in black and white, it would have a different kind of feel to it.
Has a different feel to it than a color picture.
Right. It makes things more dramatic, a little more dramatic, and sepia does as well. And if you don't know what sepia is, it's almost like, it's sort of like a black and white, but it's more of a brown. It's got some brown in it.
Right.
It's actually something that it imitates a photograph that's been chemically treated to preserve it for long periods of time, or an aged photograph, something that would be like maybe from the turn of the century that's been aging, and it has that kind of like really nice look.
And if you actually want, you can just look it up online, just type in sepia photographs, and you can see visually for yourself exactly what we're talking about. Because it is a little bit difficult to explain, but probably if you would look it up and you would see what it looks like, you're like, oh, okay, I've seen many of those before. It's one of my favorite types of pictures. There's just something about it. There's a certain mood about it, and like Shaun said, there's just certain pictures. I think we're really good at picking certain pictures out. They're like, oh, this would look good sepia, or this would look good in black and white. It's such a classic picture, and you can see for yourself if you go to ShaunDavidPhotography.com. You will see certain pictures that we have in black and white or sepia. And,
check out the website.
Yeah, to see for
yourself. Take a look for yourself, and if you have any ideas for black and white images, we could do that. A lot of the shots that are documentary, I mean, there's a lot of those can really look good in black and white, but I'm going to clear something else up too. There's a difference between candid photos and documentary photos, or photojournalistic documentary. Those words are getting flipped around so much, but candid photos are more or less when you're out at a club with your friends, just going around snapping pictures in front of each other's faces. Those are candid pictures. Documentary, as photographers, we're more or less being non-intrusive, and we're just capturing reality as it happens. We're not really running around taking candids. There's a big difference between candids. Yes.
Right, and I would like to add that it's really easy for us to do a lot of documentary photographing because we use flashless photography, and which is so much less intrusive than if you would be using a flash.
Right.
And so you could get those natural poses, and because whereas if you would have a flash, you just walk up and you're like, oh, you see a great moment occurring in flash. Oh, people get distracted. They look at you and, then they smile for you and expect you, and they pose for you. It's like, no, we just be in the moment. So...
Right, but for creative purposes, we will use flash, we will use strobes, we'll use continuous lighting. Continuous lighting are lights almost like video lights. We will use lights like that to get creative effects when we need to.
Right.
So I don't want to give everybody the impression that, we only shoot with no flash. No, flash can be used creatively to make beautiful images, and we do use them for that purpose. But we're saying when we shoot
for documentary purposes.
Right, you can't shoot documentary with a flash. Flashless is
the way to go.
Yeah, there's no documentary with a flash. It ruins the documentary style. So you just can't, not for those purposes. But we do offer the mix, so you'll get a little bit of everything. All right, guys, good luck with the rest of your wedding planning.